Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Gilmore here for another video right here on Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like this video. Hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to my other channels, which are down below in the description box. And as always, friend me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, share this video all over the internet. And don't forget to tap that bell and turn on all my notifications so you never ever miss an upload. And that's it, my friends. That's all you got to do. So hopefully YouTube can send out my videos to you. And if not, well, either you can unsubscribe and then resubscribe and then hit the bell. And hopefully you'll get it that way. Or you have to just search my channels. And that's it. That's the only way I can think of. So that's it. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, on this late Monday night, September the 28th, 2020, or if you're now watching from somewhere else, it is now September the 29th, 2020. It is time, once again, for your late night, Monday night review for September the 28th, 2020 from the Thunderdome in Orlando, Florida. And yeah. So, all right, another Monday night, another 3 hours of sleep, otherwise known as Monday Night Raw, comes your way. The aftermath of a pretty decent Clash of the Champions Gold Rush, which happened last night. Good things happening. Pay-per-view wasn't bad. The ending, I mean, the Roman Reigns Jey Uso match, great storytelling. Match itself wasn't that great. It was okay, but storytelling was great. Picture perfect how Roman should have been 5 years ago or 3 years ago, something like that. So picture perfect storytelling right there. And we'll see what happens this Friday night on SmackDown. What happens with our tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And we'll see what happens with the Usos and where they go from here. And all that other good stuff. But that's Friday night. Let's get into tonight. Like I said, it was the Raw aftermath of Clash of Champions. So, as we saw at Clash of Champions on the Raw side, we had the Street Profits defeat Angel Garza and Andrade to retain the Raw Tag Team titles. And, it was controversial. Andrade kicked out. So, and then we found out that Angel Garza hurt his hip. So it's not serious. So he'll be back in a couple weeks. And maybe they can redo this match. Because I think they rushed to the finish. And I think Garza and Andrade were supposed to win the match, but that's just me. They call it audible and say, "Oh, the Street Profits retain." So we got that, and then you had for the Raw Women's Championship, Asuka. Nobody is ready for Asuka. Set my dick. Defeat Zelina Vega to retain the Raw Women's Championship. Pretty decent match. And we saw Zelina Vega, kind of pay respects to Asuka with a bow, and then she kicked her in the stomach to set up a rematch tonight for the Raw Women's title. We'll see what happens with that. And then we had a hellacious ambulance match for the WWE title, pitting Drew McIntyre against Randy Orton and his rottenness voice, which saw Drew McIntyre with help from Christian, the Big Slow, Nature Boy Ric Flair, and the Heart Rate Kid, Shawn Michaels, help Drew out. And Drew hit the Claymore kick, then hit the punt kick, and put Randy in the ambulance and retained the title. So we're gonna see where Drew goes from here tonight. Well, all in all, not a bad a bad Raw, not that bad, but still kind of, there were parts there where just like, I don't know. That was that. Excuse me, I feel like crap. I feel like I'm about to freaking pass out. I've been about to pass out for the last 5 hours. I tried to take a nap. I couldn't take a nap. My back is killing me. Drinking diet soda because fucking soda's been fucking up my body. So I'm trying to drink diet soda. Not that's gonna help. But hopefully I can get some sleep tonight. And I gotta work tomorrow, so hopefully I can go to work and I don't have any problems with my body, because right now it's stiff as fuck. I can't really. I'll try to take an ibuprofen. That's what I got, or I might take a muscle relaxer. I might take the muscle relaxer, see how I feel, and if I feel like the same way, I might call out tomorrow. I don't want to because I need the hours. But if I have to take a sick day, I'll take a sick day. I got 3 sick days, to use. So if I have to use one, I'll use one and hopefully keep the other 2 until when I really need the sick day, which hopefully won't be anytime soon. But if I have to, hopefully I won't have to take off. I don't have to take off tomorrow, but we'll see. We'll see how I wake up tomorrow morning and how I feel before I go to work, and hopefully I can get through the day tomorrow. And if something does happen, maybe I can leave early and just go home and just try to get better for Wednesday. If I have to go in Wednesday, but hopefully I'll feel better. But we'll see what happens like that. All right, we got Julius the Jew in the chat. He says, "What's up? What's up, dude? What's up there, Julius? How are you doing? Thank you for coming in." And the chat room is open, so you want to talk about Monday Night Raw? You want to talk about AEW, NXT, SmackDown? You want to talk about the G1, which is about to hit night 6. Still got a long way to go for the G1. I got a couple more weeks. And been pretty damn good. I mean, Jay White's just destroying the G1. Or as he calls it, the J1. He's undefeated. He beat Okada again. Oh, Okada can't beat Jay White. It's just amazing. Jay White, I mean, if he doesn't win the G1, I don't know who's going to win it. I thought it was going to be Sonata, but I think Sonata's not. I don't even think Sonata's even in the G1. Come to think of it, I don't think he's in the G1. I could be wrong, but I know my good buddy Naito is in the G1. Ishii is in it. Him and Ibushi beat the crap out of each other. The whole match and after the match. That might lead to something. I don't know. Maybe after the G1 finishes up. Then again, they can meet in the quarterfinals. They can meet in the semifinals of the A block. And we'll see. But the G1 is going on. Pretty good shit. Like I say, Jay White is undefeated in the G1. I think he has 6 points or 8 points. I think he has 6 or 8 points. And I think he'll eventually lose one match. I don't think he's going to go straight undefeated. But he'll probably lose maybe a match or 2. I think he'll win the block, but I don't know who will face. I think he's in the A block. I'm pretty sure. But that's New Japan. We'll talk about New Japan later. Anyway, let's begin Monday Night Raw. Let's begin this this fucking review. Hopefully I can get through it. I don't fall asleep or pass out. I'm about to pass out. My eyes are just like, oh. So I'm going to try to do my best to get this review up, and that's that. All right, so Raw was pretty decent. And like I said, it was the aftermath of Clash of Champions, so we'll see what happens tonight. So we start off the show with the legends. Well, I guess you can call Big Show a legend. Anyway, it starts off with the Nature Boy. Woo! Ric Flair coming out first. Then the Big Slow comes out, and then Christian, and finally the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. He fucked the goat, all that stuff. And Shawn, there was a lot of pyro there, Shawn, huh? Too much pyro for Shawn Michaels. It is what it is. But he gets the most pyro. So they're in the ring. So what happened? They helped Drew McIntyre last night, winning to retain the title. So HBK gets on the mic. Says it's been a long time since he's done this. He welcomes us to Monday Night. Then he introduces Drew McIntyre. Comes out in his street clothes. And comes out with his new music, which is pretty damn cool. So speaking of pretty cool, Drew gets in the ring, surrounded by the legends. He says pretty cool, saying he's standing in the ring with 4 legends he did not expect to see last night. Calls them jokesters, even Ric Flair. Drew says he's known them all for a long time. He says he grew up with the Big Show and Christian, traveled together. They helped him improve in the ring. He says he won't say anything bad or put Big Show over. He probably did anyway. He says Big Show was a big brother to him, always gave him advice. Then he turns to HBK, says he's a mentor to him, especially in NXT, when he was in NXT for that little while. Then he goes to Ric Flair, calls him a legend, says he loves his stories and advice, and tells a story about when he first came to America, that Ric Flair was still on the roster until somebody retired him. That guy named Shawn Michaels. Says he remembers at 22, he saw Flair come back from his match and realized he was on the same roster as Ric freaking Flair. Mind blown. So it brings him to today and recent times, and he put that thread in an ambulance, and he still stands here today, the WWE champion. So then HBK says that's one of the reasons why they're out here, to thank him for whipping that Randy Orton ass. And he says as they were all off recovering from the RKOs they got and the punk kicks they got together and showed up last night, and although Drew wasn't aware, they wanted to even the odds, so to speak, get some revenge. He hopes that Drew won't mind, and if he was upset, it was all Ric Flair's fault, because he is the dirtiest player in the game, as we all know. Drew says he proved he could beat Orton at SummerSlam. So at this stage, he doesn't care how many people start attacking Orton, which kind of, on cue, pisses off Randall Keith Orton, the master of the RKO, even though it's a Gilmore cutter. Randy, you steal my move, bastard. Even though you stole it from DDP, who stole it from the Ace Crusher, and then Bubba Ray Dudley. I mean, everybody who's anybody has done a diamond cutter. But really, it's the Gilmore cutter because I modified it. It's the most devastating move in the YWC. That is why I am the YWC Universal Heavyweight Champion. Don't be fooled of those other fake champions like Otaku. The fake YWC champion. Though we all know the real YWC champion is King Folgers, my good buddy. Otaku's just a little dirtbag with that fake AEW belt, claiming he's the YWC champion. Garbage he is. Fuck him. And his Ravens. Oh, how about those Ravens tonight there, Otaku, you fucking prick. Thanks for the money, by the way. Thank you very much. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I want more of it. But that's probably going to be the AFC title game coming up later this year. Ravens and the Chiefs. So I might get part 2 later in January. But you never know. Right now the Ravens are battling the Pittsburgh Steelers of all teams for the AFC North lead. And then you got the Browns right behind them. And then the Bengals are at 0-3. Fortunately, my Niners were in second place. That's all I got to say about that. But the Seattle Seahawks will lose pretty damn soon. They will lose. Not this week, I don't think, but pretty soon. They will lose. And the Niners will climb that ladder, regain the lead in the NFC West, and they will go on when Jimmy G comes back. We got Debo coming back maybe this week. I'm hoping he comes back because we need Debo in the worst way. Now that Jordan Reed is on the IR with his freaking knee. Fucking guy gets hurt every fucking year. Niners are, I mean, decimated by injuries. I feel like I'm watching the Mets from like 2016, not 16, I think 2017, 2018, when there were a lot of injuries on the Mets team. DeGrom, Syndergaard. I mean, anybody who was on the Mets was hurt back a couple years ago. Wasn't a good time to be a Met fan. Not that it still is, because they're not in the playoffs right now. The Yankees are into playing the Cleveland Indians tomorrow in Game 1 of the 3-game series. I think the Yankees will win that series. I have no faith in the Indians anymore, even though they beat them like in the 90s that one year. So I think the New York Yankees with Garrett Cole pitching tomorrow, they'll win that game. And then they'll probably win Game 2, which I think is in New York. I think it's 1-1-1. And then they'll go to Cleveland, then New York, back to Cleveland for Game 3. I don't think it's going to go 3. I think it's going 2. I think the Yankees will win 2 out of 3. And then they go on to the ALDS and face whoever. I don't think the Yankees have a shot, but you still got to worry about those goddamn Yankees. They won the last game of the season over the Marlins. That really helped the Mets out, but the fucking Mets lost that game 15-2. And Lugo was pitching. I think he got lit up, and then fucking Steven Matz comes in. Why? And Matz proceeds to give up 95 runs. He fucking sucked this year. Steven Matz should be on his way out. If I'm Steve Cohen, the new owner of the Mets, is going to be pretty soon. They're going to announce that in November. If I'm Steve Cohen, and there's a chance that Sandy Alderson, the former GM of the Mets, comes back, get rid of that bum Brodie Van Wagenen, who didn't do good in his first 2 years as GM. Fucking horrible trade for Cano and that bum Edwin Diaz. I hope and pray he's gone after this year. And Familia. Hope we get that guy Bauer. They're talking about getting that. I think he's from Cleveland. Get that guy to be the setup guy, and then have Lugo go back to the bullpen. But there's a lot of stuff going on with the Mets. They want to trade Dom Smith. They want to trade Ahmed Rosario. They want to trade J.D. Davis. They want to get JT Realmuto from the Phillies. And the Phillies, Bryce Harper of the fucking Phillies. He's telling the Phillies organization to shell out a lot of money for Realmuto because the Mets want him so bad. I guarantee the Mets won't get him. I can almost guarantee the Mets won't get him. They'll probably get nobody. Have another crappy season, even though it's going to be I would say a full season next year. Though they're talking about a 140-game season next year. Depending on this fucking virus. And if there's going to be fans next year. We don't know. There are fans in football. Not many stadiums, but not many teams have fans at the games. Like the Giants, the Jets, the Niners that don't have fans at Levi Stadium, which sucks. That's all I got to say about that. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. All right, we got my good buddy Hangman Charlie. He says, "What's up? How you doing, Charlie? How you doing?" Hangman Charlie, a big name in the YWC right now. Buried that piece of crap Otaku last night. Buried him the fucking hell. I loved it. And he's got a stream coming up on Saturday, and he invited the old fat man to his stream. Maybe will he show up? I might show up. I don't know. No, I'm not gonna be in the call or anything, but I might show up in the chat, but to watch the utter destruction of the Fortune 4 jobbers. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's it. All right, so let's get back to Monday Night Raw. And like I said, chat room is still open if you want to chat with me about Monday Night Raw or anything else. That's that. So Drew's talking to the legends, Big Show, Flair, HBK, and Christian. And tells him thank you for helping me out. Says, you're legends and all that other crap. And then HBK's like, thank you for beating that Randy Orton ass. And then Drew says he proved that he could beat Orton at SummerSlam. So at this stage, he doesn't care how many people start attacking Orton. And on cue, Randy Orton and his mountainous voice comes on the Tron. He's like, Drew, up here, fool. So he hopes Drew is enjoying the moment because it will not last. He says this will not be over until he says it's over. And he's like, you think you went through hell? You have no idea what hell is. And I was like, ooh. It's like, yes, this is the setup for Hell in a Cell. He's gonna challenge the Hell in a Cell match. Didn't get that. What we get is Orton saying Drew will know what hell is soon. 4 weeks. Well, 3.5 weeks. Think about it. Drew wonders if he's gonna beg for another match. Orton's like, I don't need to beg for anything. I'm Randy fucking Orton. I will be given a title match because I'm a 13-time champion and I'm fucking Randy Orton. And he says the only reason he is here today is to remind Drew and everyone else that there's a price to be paid when you cross the Legend Killer. So then the Legends look on like, ooh, we should be scared. And Drew's like looking on. And then Orton goes off camera. And I'm like, where's he going? I thought he was going to go maybe beat up Drew's wife or something, he's Randy Orton. He could do that. You could go to the hotel. You could go to where Drew lives. Even though Drew lives in Scotland, that's not going to happen. But, he would do something weird. But as we see at the end of the show, that is how you push Randy fucking Orton. And I said I was watching that saying was like, Randy should come out and RKO each and every one of those legends and Drew McIntyre. How fucking over would he be as a fucking heel? He would get monster heat. But that did not happen. As Orton goes off camera grabs his suitcase, and supposedly leaves the arena. Well, as I said, if you watch the entire show, what we see at the end, and I'll get to that in a little bit. So Orton is Orton says, "Don't cross the Viper. If you do, he's gonna strike." So get that, and then cut back to Drew. Says he will put his title on the line tonight, and he's inspired by the four legends. So he issues an open challenge to anyone he has not faced for the title. So Orton's out. Like, we got Dolph Ziggler's out. Anybody that's faced Orton, faced Drew, does not get a title shot. So anybody from Titus Catering can get a fucking title shot. So even Apollo Crews can get a title shot. Even Ricochet can get a title shot. Maybe even Mustafa Ali can get a title shot. Hey, maybe even Dana Brooke will get a title shot. There's all in catering. Hey, maybe even Bobby Lashley could get a title shot. Well, even though I don't think he's faced Drew for the title. So maybe U.S. title versus WWE title could happen. We get MVP versus Drew, that we'd already seen that already, and we don't want to see that again. And then maybe Shelton Benjamin versus Drew, or Cedric Alexander versus Drew. Though we didn't see Cedric tonight. Why? I don't know. Kind of strange not to see Cedric there. What is? So issues the open challenge for anybody who he has not faced for the title. He's like, so who's going to step up and be the man? He said it's out. They've got a box set up top, and Drew tells Flair not to be a bad influence. So someone please step up. So we'll see who steps up to face the Scottish psychopath for the WWE title later in the main event tonight. And we'll see what happens with that. So I gave all that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. And we move on from there. All right. After that, we see the beautiful, lovely Zelina Vega in the gorilla position, getting ready for her rematch with Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. So Kayla Braxton was there. I was like, okay, why is Kayla there? Where's Charlie Caruso? Where's Sarah Schreiber? Oh, by the way, we didn't get Raw Underground tonight. Thank you, Shane, putting it off for a week. Hopefully we don't see it ever again. Horrible it was. Horrible shit it is. As soon as 10 o'clock comes, I was like, shit, Raw Underground's coming on. And then we didn't see it. I was like, thank God. Maybe Raw will actually be decent tonight. Pretty much it was without Raw Underground. But I bet you next week we'll see the return of Raw Underground. With probably Davo Cabo against Braun Strowman. We'll see. So Kayla's there. Ask her why she was such a spoiled sport. Zelina says she is just getting started here. Everyone will feel so sorry for Asuka tonight when she goes in and proves that she's ready for Asuka. Then she starts talking bilingual. She starts talking some Spanish. I didn't get most of it. And she's like, "Oh, the tacos and burritos," and I don't know much Spanish, and all the Spanish I know is from Taco Bell. So go figure that. She starts talking in Spanish, and then, not to be upstaged, in comes Asuka saying, "Oh, you're not ready for Asuka. I am ready for you." And he's like, "I hope you lose to me tonight, as I am Asuka." And then after that, we have sushi. No. So we get that, and I thought and then they get they're about to go at it, and then Pat Buck and some referees and some agents like Jamie Noble come in and break them up. That's that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then we get to the match, And we start off with Zelina charging Asuka, drops her to the ground. Then she does some ground and pound mounts. Asuka reverses into an armbar. Zelina gets the ropes, breaks the hold. Asuka grabs her by her hair, pulls her down to the mat. And then Zelina kicks Asuka's arm that she was working on last night during the pay-per-view. Still works on that arm. And really going back at that arm that Asuka kind of hurt last night. Hits the ropes, hits a head scissors. Doesn't kind of... She hits it, but didn't get all of it. But locks the arm up and gets an octopus on Asuka. Asuka gets out of it, but Zelina elbows the ribs and holds the right arm with her leg, almost locked in the Black Widow on our good friend AJ Lee. That ass! I had to say that because I miss AJ Lee. I just do. AJ used to be in my bang list. She still is, but he's gone down a lot. Ever since she left the WWE with Phil, he's gone down on my list. She's still in my top 10, but she's gone down the list a little bit. I think she's like number 7 or 8. Which we all know number 1 is Asuka. That's all I can say about that. So Asuka pulls on the leg, pushes forward, gets a 2 count. Zelina kicks Asuka out of the ring, gets on the apron, hops her up, but Asuka's there to punch her away. And we go to commercial. We come back. Zelina's giving Asuka, beating up Asuka with some right hands, telling Asuka to give up. Asuka comes back with some big slaps. Then a knee to face. Then the sexy hip attack in the corner. She slaps Zelina in the face again, then hits a semi-German suplex to her. Didn't get all that either. Then a kick to the chin for a near fall. Then she locks Zelina up from behind. Zelina with an elbow, works the left arm again, grabs it, hops up onto Asuka's knees with a wrist lock. Asuka's able to lift Zelina up, drops her behind her head with a really powerful-looking suplex. Asuka kicks her shin into Zelina's face a couple times. Looks for the Asuka lock, but Zelina rolls her up, only for Asuka to flip Zelina forward. The same pin that almost the same thing we got last night when Zelina breaks the pin, and then Asuka kicked out and locked in the Asuka lock right after that. But Asuka flips Zelina forward and gets a very near fall out of that. And then she locks in the Asuka lock. Zelina gets the ropes. Referee breaks it up. Has to hold Asuka back. And while Asuka was arguing with the ref, Zelina hits the backstabber. And she goes for the cover. Asuka gets her foot on the rope. And Zelina's not too happy. She stomps Asuka's arm. Just really like, you fucking son of a bitch. She's beating her arm up. She goes to the top rope, but that was her downfall. She goes for a moonsault. Asuka gets the knees up and then transitions into the Asuka lock. And then Zelina once again taps out. And then for added measure, Asuka holds on after the bell. So don't piss off Asuka. And that's that. So another valiant effort by Zelina. Still pretty decent match. I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. So we'll see what happens with the lovely Empress of Tomorrow and my first wife, Asuka, and where she goes from here. Who her next challenger may be. We don't know yet. I thought it was going to be Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, but they got a case of the COVID. That's why I didn't have that women's tag team title match last night, and that's why they were talking about. It's like they're not medically clear because they got to take off 2 weeks. So they might defend it 2 weeks from now on Monday Night Raw against the Riot Squad, or they save it for Hell in a Cell, which I think might be the logical choice. But you never know. I'm not the booker. I'm just a schmuck from Jersey, and that's it. And then we move on from there. All right, we go to commercial. We come back with Andrade by himself in the ring while Zelina's on her way up the ramp. He starts yelling at her, basically saying you're nothing without me. That she blamed him for everything, but look at her now. Asuka beat him not once but twice, and he says, "You are the weakest link." Goodbye. Oh, by the way, the weakest link is coming back with Jane Lynch as the host. Dumb. No. I like the weakest link, but can you bring back Anne? The original host. What is up with that? You have to have Jane Lynch. I mean, Jane Lynch is not bad, but I mean, was on Glee, good show. I watched Glee. I'll admit it. I was a Glee fan. I didn't watch all of it, but Jane Lynch was a pretty, a good actress. Now she's the host of The Weakest Link. Goodbye, and that's it. So I think it debuts. Not tomorrow, because we're gonna have the presidential debate tomorrow night. Oh, everybody watch the debate tomorrow and watch President Donald Trump murder Joe Biden. Oh, it's gonna happen. I can't wait. Too bad I'll be at work. I don't even have Fox News, which sucks. But I think it's gonna be on like all the channels tomorrow night. So I'll probably just DVR it. Well, it might be on my DVR tomorrow. I'll just DVR it anyway. So I'll DVR on channel 4 because I think it's gonna be on channel 4. It's like channel 7, channel 2, channel 5. So I'm gonna watch that. I'm not gonna watch all of it when I get home, but I might watch some of it. I might watch some of it when I get home. I'm not gonna get home till like midnight, so I might watch a tiny bit of it and just watch Trump rip apart Biden in the first debate of many. Well, not many. I think it's only going to be three debates. I think that we're going to have a vice presidential debate probably in October, in a week or two, with Kamala Harris and Mike Pence. That should be pretty interesting. But I want to watch tomorrow night. I wish I wasn't working tomorrow night. Working tomorrow, I would stay home and there's nothing on except for the debate. I'll just wait for the debate to go on and just watch it from 9 to 10:30 or 9:30 to 11, whatever it is, and watch Trump destroy him. Because Trump will win the election and make America great again. So vote for Trump. That's all I gotta say about that. Because if you vote for Biden and he wins, this country is going down the shitter. Not that it already is. It's just going to be 4 years of, you don't want to live here. But a lot of people saying Trump wins, they're going to leave. So bye-bye. Said that in 2016. But you're still here. Idiots. That's all I got to say about that. So Andrade calls Zelina Vega the weak link of the group. He says last night Garza proved he was a weak link too. Wow, really throwing your partner under the bus after he got injured. So maybe now Andrade's gonna go on his singles run. Maybe, maybe maybe face Drew once again for the WWE title. Not that he's gonna win it. He says he's the greatest in the WWE, and he's like, who wants to face me? So I'm like, wait a minute, you haven't faced Drew for the title this year. So who should come out? Not Drew, but out comes Keith Lee. So Keith Lee comes out with his new gear. So with that horrible remix of his theme song. And we get to match number 2. And match was all right. It wasn't bad. It's also an Andrade trying to go with a go behind, but Keith Lee makes that basically impossible. Pushes Andrade upwards, nearly breaking the guy's goddamn arm. Be easy there, Keith. He tosses Andrade across the ring like he's a bag of shit. Then he rushes him in the corner, but Andrade clips the leg, sweeps the leg, Danielson. And Lee tumbles in the corner, right, face first into the second turnbuckle. Andrade attacks with rights and stomps the left leg that he clipped. Then some chops to the chest of Keith Lee, but Lee sends Andrade against the ropes. He leapfrogs with a nice show of athleticism. He drops down, and he hits a running crossbody to Andrade. And then Andrade goes in the corner. Keith Lee hits a splash. He hits the ropes, misses a clothesline. Andrade drop kicks the left leg. Then he attacks, starts hitting him in the head, and then the gut in the corner. Lee sends Andrade over his head off on the onto the apron. And then Andrade goes to the top. He goes to fly, and he gets goozled by Keith Lee. Goes for it. It's going to be a choke bomb. Andrade drops behind and hits another chop block to the back of the leg. Then he drop kicks Keith Lee into the second turnbuckle. He hits the corner and runs back at Lee with the shotgun knee to face. And then Andrade picks up Keith Lee, tries to put him on his shoulders. That's not going to happen. And Keith Lee reverses and picks him up, hits the Spirit Bomb, and pins him 1, 2, 3. So Keith Lee gets the win. I believe this is not. I don't know if it's his first win on Raw, but if it isn't, it's first win on Raw. Maybe they're gonna push Keith Lee. They're gonna actually do something with him now. They'll probably bury him. That's that. So match was alright. Give it 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that is it for that. And we will move on from there. That's it. All right, then we go to a video of earlier in the day where MVP and Shelton are eating some food in the back. I guess in Titus Catering. I don't know. I think they're eating chicken with some. I think they had chicken, some rice, and some mac and cheese and some other stuff. So some random white guy comes in. It has to be a white guy. Some random white guy comes in, sits down with them. So Lashley, who has a plate of food, tells the dude, like, "You're sitting on my seat, fool." So the dude's like, he moves over, but doesn't move. So Lashley's like, "Get out of here!" So he leaves, but he keeps his food, and then and then the dude, and then Lashley's like, "You're gonna take my plate too?" So he gets 2 plates of food. And then he's like, "You want some?" He tells MVP and Shelton, "You want some food?" "Why not? It's catering. It's Titus Catering. He cooked us some chicken tonight." Never mind. I'm hungry now. God damn it. God damn it. I'm hungry now. Shit. I didn't have anything since like couple hours ago. So I might have a bowl of cereal, even though I'm gonna have a bowl of cereal tomorrow. So I might just have a bowl of cereal. So we'll have that. So the Hurt Business playing some Hurt Business type games. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. It was funny. You know, I wish Cedric was there too, but maybe Cedric had the night off or something. And that's that. And we move on from there. All right, after that, we get a video of the whole 24/7 title situation, which we saw last week with Akira Tozawa's untimely death by getting eaten by a shark. And as we saw last night, Drew Gulak won the 24/7 title for the first time, and then R-Truth got it back for the 40th time. Ugh. So was that. Then we come back to earlier in the day. Truth's playing chess with Little Jimmy, and basically saying, he's like, "I won. Give me my money, Little Jimmy. Give me my money." So he says he could go challenge Drew McIntyre and lose, which was like, so, I don't know why he would say that it was from earlier today, even though Drew said that about 30 minutes ago. Truth's like, woohoo! That's why he sucks. So anyway, in comes a ninja with a briefcase, hands Truth a letter. So Truth's like, it's in Japanese, and then he's like, oh, here's the English version. So he reads the letter. It says, R-Truth, if you're reading this, I was eaten by a shark. No shit. And then the ninja opens the briefcase. We see like a green halo. And Truth pulls out Akira's black belt. And he's like, and Truth's like, but the black belt? And he's looking at the belt. He's like, oh, mesmerized. And then Akira Tozawa is nearby. Rolls up R-Truth 1, 2, 3 to become, I believe, a 6 or I don't even know how many times Akira Tozawa. I think he's a 7 or 8 time fucking champ. I lost count as how many times people have held the belt except for R-Truth. So he gets the 1, 2, 3 to become the champ. Then the ninja knocks Akira out with a briefcase right in the head. Then he pins Akira Tozawa to win the 24/7 title. Takes off the hood. It's Drew Gulak. So he wins it for the second time. And says he's always ready. Then R-Truth comes behind, hits him with the briefcase. Then he pins him 1, 2, 3 to sort of retain the title, but win it back for the 41st time. Good God! This segment is stupid. I mean, really, how many more times is R-Truth going to win the belt? He's going to lose it, then win it right back. How many more times are we going to see this for the rest of this year? And probably into next year. Until they finally get rid of this fucking hideous Olive Garden title. Fucking worst segment of the night. I gave it a fucking dud. For you stupid people at home, that's 0. 0 and no miedo. So I know Spanish. Watching Lucha Underground taught me a lot of Spanish. And besides being married to a hot fucking Mexican chick named Rosa, but that's another story for another time. So this segment was stupid. And then we find out that R-Truth's going to defend the belt against Akira Tozawa and Drew Gulak in a triple threat match that nobody's going to give 2 flying fucks about. That's all I got to say about that. Fuck R-Truth, fuck Akira Tozawa, and fuck Drew Gulak. And fuck the 24/7 title. That's all I got to say about that. Fuck it. That's all I got to say. All right. Then we go to the back where we see what happened last week with Seth Rollins basically doing his best Maury Povich impersonation. You are not the father. He tells Rey Mysterio he's not the father of Dominic, and then we had the whole thing where Rey's like, "Oh, we played this game before back in 2006 with Eddie." Though he doesn't mention him by name, but we know. So, and then Seth's like, maybe it's not Dominic that's not yours. Maybe it's Aaliyah, his daughter. And then Rey's like, she's only 19, Seth. She's too naive. She doesn't know about this world. And then Aaliyah's like, fuck you, Dad. And then left. And Angie had to go console her. And then as we saw last week, we saw her crying. And then Murphy comes in, says, if you want to talk, we'll talk. And then I said right from there, I bet you nothing there's going to be a love angle. And guess what happens? We get it. God damn, I'm right. I love myself. Damn, I'm good. I should book this fucking show. But I'm not. Because I don't want to work for Vincent fucking McMahon. I work for Tony Khan, but not Vince McMahon. That's all I can say about that. So Murphy's in the back on his I don't know, maybe on his Twitter machine. He does have Twitter. Not that I follow him, but anyway. But you should follow Murphy. Maybe he's texting Alexa Bliss trying to get back with her. How is Alexa Bliss going out with Ryan Cabrera? What did she say? She was 30. No, she was 28, I think she said on Twitter. Is that her birthday was a couple of days ago, I think? Or something like that. Says Ryan Cabrera is 39, she's 28. Well, if she loves the guy, she's probably banging the crap out of him. More power to her. That's all I gotta say about that. But don't get on her bad side. Especially if she turns into the Fiend. She turns into Harley Quinn or something. She'll probably chop your dick off. But anyway, so in comes Agent 47, otherwise known as Seth Rollins. Comes in, gives him a big hug. It's like, Murphy, my disciple, give me a hug. And Murphy's like, fuck you want, dude. So Murphy doesn't like it. Seth says tonight is beautiful. It's Raw. It's the night the Mysterio family is on the King's Court with Jerry the King Lawler. And he can't wait to see what they have to say. Tells Murphy to lighten up. And he wonders why Murphy is dressed to have a match. He's like, you don't have a match tonight. I got you a nice suit. Go and get in that suit. It fits you. So Murphy leaves. And he leaves his stupid phone there. Guess what? And you know what that's going to lead to. I think you know. If somebody's using a phone, that means somebody's texting somebody who's got some juicy stuff on the phone. So Seth, as a good friend, grabs it. It's like, interesting. Puts it in his jacket. So we'll see what happens with Seth, the master manipulator. So I get that. We get that. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's that. Chat room's still open, by the way, if you want to chat. That was that. And then we go to commercial. We come back with the King's Court. With Jerry the King Lawler in the ring. Brings out the Mysterio family. Dominic, Ray, Angie, Aaliyah. Angie and Aaliyah sit on the couch, or the makeshift couch, or whatever it was. And then Ray and Dominic are standing behind them. They all have, basically Ray, Dominic, and Aaliyah have mics. Like, why, Angie can't talk? I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about my family. Come on. Give Angie some talking time. Come on. Let Angie talk. I don't care if it's Spanglish. I love my daughter. Let her say something like that. She makes her own decision. She's 19. I love my daughter. That's it. Let's have her say one line. One fucking line. Just don't have us just sit there like a fucking zombie. God. So anyway. So the King asks Ray for some comments about last week. Ray says Seth has been running his mouth trying to upset his family, but he can't even control his own house. Damn. Well, I guess he was meaning, I think he was talking about him and Murphy, I guess. I don't think he was talking about him and Becky Lynch. That would be kind of interesting. You knock up Becky Lynch and there's problems already? I digress. He says it's obvious that Dom and Aaliyah are his kids, obviously. Him and Angie have worked hard to build a strong and loving family. And his family means the world to him. He says Dom and Aaliyah have been his whole life since the day they were born. And it takes a truly evil and sinful human being to fabricate the lies that Seth Rollins has been doing. Then Dominic gets on the mic, says, you know what, Dad? This has gone way too far for way too long. And the next time I see Seth, I'm going to put an end to this. So it's like, that's my son. Yes. So King's like, okay, Dominic, shut the hell up. I understand your frustration because I didn't see any documentation. Then what the hell was freaking Seth Rollins reading? Dumbass. Anyway, but what we did see was Aaliyah being upset. He says Ray called her naive and that she knows nothing about our world, leading her to walk away from her family. We see that again. And the king wants to know from Aaliyah how she's doing. So Aaliyah, being the ever good actress, says she's still upset about what happened last week. She is 19. As far as Murphy goes, he came up to her and sat next to her. She didn't go looking for him. Yeah, right. She doesn't know what to think. What she does know is that whoever surrounds themselves around Seth really needs to reevaluate their life choices. She says Seth is bad and is a fraud. So on cue, Seth Rollins comes on the Tron, says, "Ooh, Aaliyah, those words are really harsh." He says that he knows he might be the last person they want to see and hear. He gets that, but he's got something to say, and he says this will bother him just as much as it will bother him, bother them, I guess. But it's the truth, and the truth is that one of them isn't really being honest with the family. And he says the truth is that Aaliyah might not be telling the truth about her feelings towards Murphy. And so he's like, why would you believe me? Why don't you believe the words of Murphy? So we got a screenshot of the text message between Murphy and Aaliyah. Basically, he's like Murphy was saying, I'm sorry for last week. And how are you feeling? And Aaliyah's like, I'm okay, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, happy birthday, because it was Murphy's birthday. Happy birthday to Murphy. So, and she's like, thank you. And Murphy's like, if you ever want to talk, I'm here for you, blah, blah, blah. And they spelled Aaliyah's name wrong. Obviously, because they're stupid. So Ray's like, what the fuck, man? What is this, Aaliyah? I mean, you're 19. He's like 30-something. So Aaliyah's like, what, Dad? Murphy's not like Seth. You know, then she like starts crying, leaves the ring, and Ray's like, Bokaraki! You know, something like that. Tries to get her back, come back, but Aaliyah just marches over to the back with Ray in pursuit. Well, he tries to get freaking Angie out of the ring, fails miserably, kind of botched getting her out of the ring as they chase their daughter up the ramp with Dominic looking on. So I gave all that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then we see Seth after we see Seth in the back. Murphy comes up to him pissed that he exposed the text messages. Seth says the truth must not be important in their relationship. Murphy then grabs Seth by the suit, and then Dominic comes in, starts beating the crap out of Murphy. They go at it. They're beating each other up on the floor, and then Pat Buck and Jamie Noble and a bunch of referees and agents have to stop them. So they break apart. So, yeah, this feud still continues on. But like I said, I was right when I knew last week when Murphy was talking to Aaliyah. I was like, yup, gonna get a young crush love angle from Aaliyah. Aaliyah's gonna have feelings for him, you know, but the family's not gonna like it. Dominic's not gonna like it. Ray's not gonna like it. Angie's probably not gonna like it. But I love my daughter. No. But eventually, you know, I think it's going to lead to eventually Murphy probably turning on Seth. And I think it's going to lead to Murphy and Aaliyah getting together. Not like that, but I don't think it's going to get to that point. I don't think Ray would do that to his daughter. We never know with Vince McMahon. You could have a 19-year-old girl fucking making out with the fucking guy. Oh, that's good shit. Let's have a 19-year-old girl be an Murphy. That's good. That's good. He's like, what are you doing to my daughter? God forbid, you know, Aaliyah likes that shit. So this feud continues on, and now we wonder what's going to happen next Then we find out later that Murphy and Dominic are going to have a match. What you damn fucking do. But yeah, you know, I think it's gonna leading. I think it's gonna lead to Aaliyah breaking away from the family, possibly coming out with Murphy at times, and you know Murphy's gonna have feelings for her. You know, I mean, Aaliyah will have a crush on Murphy. Murphy's like, I don't like you like that. You're only 19. Imagine she was 17. She's only 17. 17. Okay. Anyway, so good old Winger. Gotta love Winger. Anyway, so yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. I mean, you know, Aaliyah will see, you know, Murphy as something other than what he used to be with Seth. She's like, you're not like Seth. You're true to yourself, and that blah 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 blah. And then she'll start having feelings for him. And like I said, the love angle begins. And Ray doesn't like it, but he's gonna have to learn to live with it. And then, you know, I think it's gonna eventually lead to Murphy finally getting beaten the crap out of Seth Rollins. That's it. That's what I think. I don't know. But what do you guys think in anybody's watching? What do you guys think? Put it in the chat. Or if you want to do it, put it later and we'll do that. Well, let me know what you guys think. If you're watching, leave it in the chat. What do you guys think of this whole Aaliyah Murphy love angle? Where do you think it's going to go? And that's that. Like I said, I think it's going to lead to Aaliyah having a crush on Murphy, but Murphy's, you know, basically saying, I only like you as a friend, putting her in the friend zone. It is what it is, and that's that. All right, then we get to another boring as fuck segment. We get Natalya and Lana, whoop-de-damn-do, in the ring. Natalya says they'll be here all night until Nia and Shayna come out. Obviously, they're not going to come out because they're in quarantine, dumb ass. And then Natty's like, well, we should be handed the tag team titles. You're not the number one contenders, you dumb bitch. Good Lord. Anyway, then Lana gets on the mic. Why, I don't know. Says they deserve them because they are celebrities and have millions of followers. Yeah, you should be the tag team champions because you got 10 million Twitter followers and 10 million TikTok viewers. Whoop de fucking do. You deserve to be champs. I'm sorry, Lana, but you deserve to be in AEW with Miro. Or at home cooking him a nice meal. Please, I mean, really, why is Lana there? I mean, really? And why is she with Natalya? Oh, can Natalya just retire and just be like a coach to the women's division, like what Sarah Del Rey is in NXT? Maybe she could be, you know, have Natalya be like a, I don't know, maybe like a I wouldn't say women's GM, but not like what's her fucking name, like Bookie Hogan, Bookie Hogan, you know, was in TNA, or Tracy Brooks was in TNA, or Maria Kanellis. You know, they were all like technically GMs of the women's division. You know, maybe have Natalya be something like that. Not be, I mean, be like a coach. You know, train with them in the performance center. Be like a mentor to all the upstarts from NXT. Like not EO, but or maybe you could put EO in there, but maybe like someone like Indy Hartwell, like Shotzi Blackheart, like Candice LeRae, like all the other women that are there that are, you know. that are up and coming. You know, like Gia Roman, who is on my Facebook page. Big ups to Gia Roman. Hot fucking chick that she is. Holy crap. You know, someone like Gia, someone like Caden Carter, like Casey Catanzaro. Maybe the Dakota Kai and Tegan Knox, and I would say Raquel Gonzalez, but just be like a mentor, something like that. Because why are they together? Really, Natalya maybe should be facing Asuka. I thought I want to see a feud with them. I mean, let her do something besides being in a stupid little thing with Lana. Why? I mean, really, why? Fucking stupid. Just fucking utterly stupid. But anyway, they say that, blah, blah, blah. And then Adam Pearce, Mr. McMahon's goon, comes out, says, well, you girls are not going to become the tag team champions. I'm not going to let that happen on my watch. Thank God. But I will offer you an opportunity to get a shot at get a title shot by putting them in a match with the newest members of the Raw women's division. So well, one of them is Mandy Rose. So out comes Mandy, looking pretty hot. Though I wish she would change her attire back to what she was back at SmackDown. You know, with her boobies popping out and everything. Just saying. Gotta free the boobies. Let the boobies, not let the pigeons loose. That's, with Velvet Sky and Angelina Love and company. By the way, Velvet Sky follows me on Twitter. I get all the chicks, ladies and gentlemen. I just do. I'm just a fucking sex symbol. I mean, everybody follows me. Mandy Leone is a fucking from Brooklyn, hometown girl from Coney Island. Love Mandy Leone. Velvet Sky, Angelina Love. I follow her on Twitter. She doesn't follow me back, but it is what it is. Taylor Hendricks follows me on Twitter. Francine follows me on Twitter. Who else? I follow Asuka, obviously. Kairi Sane, I follow. EO. I gotta follow my Asian sensations. I gotta love them. I don't really follow. I follow Trish Stratus for you stupid people at home. I don't follow Lita. I really should. I follow Stephanie McMahon. Hi, Steph. I sent her a nice little tweet for her birthday. Hi, Steph. Happy birthday. She didn't get back to me, but yeah. Not that Paul would get on my nerves, but what are you talking to my wife? What, I can't talk to your wife? I can't talk to Stephanie fucking McMahon? I mean, come on, Paul. I met you guys back at the WrestleMania 16 party. Back at WWE New York. You were very nice to me. You gonna treat me like that, Paul? Okay. Now not let me talk to Stephanie. Thank God Stephanie doesn't block me. She probably will now. But at least I'm not a creep. Like some people are. You know who I'm talking to. The man who wants to have sex with Kylie Ray. I mentioned it to Kylie Ray, too. I said, you should freaking file a fucking restraining order on this guy. Too bad she didn't listen, but... I mean, really. By the way, I follow Sasha Banks. And I don't follow him because I'm a fucking simp. Okay? I follow them because I like them. They're good wrestlers. They're good people. I don't lust after them, even though I love Asuka. I make fun. I joke around saying that I would love, like Asuka's my first wife, Sasha Banks is my fourth wife, Kyrie's my second wife, and Io's my third wife. I joke around. Not like it's gonna happen. I would love it to happen, but I joke around. I mean, I have others that on my Facebook page that I follow, like Gia Roman, like Ali Rex. Who else? What's her name? Ariel Nix, who works in the New Jersey, New York area. I follow the women of WOW. I follow Melina, former WOW Women's Champion, though she gave up the belt. Sucks. I know. Melina loves me. I mean, when I met her at the WOW event, I told her I was petitioning for her to get into the Hall of Fame. She hugged me. She said, "Thank you very much." Really, I mean it. Melina should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, come on. But like I said, I'm not a creep like some people we know. And yeah, like fan of Oscar says in the chat, he says, "What's up here? What's up, fan of Oscar? How you doing?" There are a lot of people that are creeps. Yes. Especially on this fucking website. And in the world, too, but mostly on this fucking website. And there's a couple of people that are creeps on this fucking website. One big fat one from Maryland. But I digress. I'm not a creep. I follow them because I like them. I don't follow them because I want to fuck them. I have more respect for women. And I treat women with respect. I don't go on fucking video bashing women because, oh, they treated me like shit. If I broke up with Rosa tomorrow, you think I'm gonna go on YouTube and say and bash Rosa for breaking up with me? No, I'll be heartbroken, but I keep that to myself. I'm not gonna go on fucking YouTube and bash her or anything, or bash any other woman I've been with. No, really, come on. Makes you look like a fucking male chauvinist pig. And a sexist. That's what Otaku is. I'll say his name. I don't care. He's not watching. I don't give a shit. I don't care if he does watch it. It's fucking facts. He's a fucking creep. Fucking sexist pig. It is what it is. I follow Selena Vega. You think fucking Aleister Black's gonna come around and say, "Oh, you can't follow my wife"? You're gonna tell that to her like millions of fans too? Really? Come on now. You think Corey Graves is gonna yell at me for following Carmella? You think Bully Ray is going to yell at me for following his girlfriend, Velvet Sky? No. I don't really talk to Bully Ray. He kind of stiffed me at the fucking Ring of Honor show. Even though I acted like a dick. And said, congratulations on being in the WWE Hall of Fame. And he kind of reminded me that they're not in the Hall of Fame. So I acted like a complete embarrassment. I was like, shit. I meant to say TNA. Freudian slip. What do you want me to do? But like I said, I treat all these women wrestlers with respect. From Trish Stratus, from Stephanie McMahon, all the way up. Even the indie stars. Like Deonna Diaz, who's the current WOW Women's Champion. I'm glad she won the title. I'm very glad. I'm very happy for her. She has really showed a lot of heart, and very deserving of that belt. And we'll see what happens with her down the road with WOW with their next event, whenever that is. Which is gonna be Staten Island. It's not gonna. They're not coming back to any. They're not coming back to Brooklyn, New York, anytime soon. I would travel to Brooklyn to watch the show, but they're not gonna come anywhere near Brooklyn probably this year. You know, I mentioned it to Joey B. It's like, I mean, when are you gonna go to Brooklyn? I mean, come on. I know because of this fucking virus, we can't do that right now. Maybe next year. Maybe next year I can go. I can go back to some indie shows. You know, go to WOW. Go maybe. Well, I would say Evolve, but I don't know if Evolve is gonna come back to the Brooklyn area. My cat. You know, I would love to go to another Evolve show, or maybe WOW will have some Evolve stars come in. Maybe some NXT stars. They had Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae and Ciampa at one show. I met Johnny Gargano and Candice. Anyway, I said hello to Candice and I said hello to Ciampa, but I took a picture with Johnny Gargano. No, I had to get my PWG moment in. But but I had to pay $30 to get his picture. I would have got the trifecta, but that was a lot more money, and I didn't have much money on me at the time. Sucks. Yeah, that's okay because I already got Ciampa, so I would have loved to get Candice if I had more money, but I would love to have Io Shirai at a fucking WOW show. Holy shit! I would shell out fucking $60 to get Io's autograph or Io's picture. Oh boy, all the simps in the YWC be jealous of me then. Be with my third wife. But I digress. But let's not talk about women. We could talk about women all day, but got a show to do. So anyway, Natalya and Lana will take on Mandy Rose and her partner. Do I have to say it? I guess I do. Dana fucking Brooke. Dana Brooke's on Raw now. So I guess the draft came early. Dana Brooke's on Monday Night Raw. Or they're having, the whole, brand invitational. So Dana Brooke decided to come on Monday Night Raw for a night. Go back to SmackDown and back to Titus Catering. So she teams up with Mandy. So they come out, do some weird pose. And then letting us know they're a tag team. So we get to the match. Match wasn't anything great. It's also with Dana and Natalya. Natalya gets a side headlock takedown. Dana escapes. Send Natalya into the corner and hits a hamstring elbow. Tags in Mandy. Mandy comes in, hits a suplex. Tags back in Dana, who does a fucking cartwheel for no apparent reason at all. Kicks Natalya anyway. Sends Natalya into the ropes. Natalya with a kick. She misses a clothesline. And Lana gets the blind tag. And she rushes in because she can't wrestle. And gets a near fall out of that. Sends Dana into the corner. Tags back in Natty. They stump a mud hole in Dana Brooke. Lana gets back to tag. Lana with a cravat from behind. A little bit of a rest period. Pulls Dana down by her hair. Then she rushes over to Mandy with a cheap shot. Dana with a roll up as the referee's distracted. And then she hits an insecurity to Lana. Tags back in Mandy. Mandy with a clothesline. Sends Natalya off their apron to the outside. And then another clothesline to Lana. Mandy grabs a kick and she grabs her leg. I thought she was trying for a suplex. I don't know what it was, but freaking Lana landed on her face. Damn. That's on Botchamania. You know that's going to be on Botchamania. This whole match should have been on Botchamania. By the way, subscribe to Botchamania today. And she covers her for a near fall as Natalya comes in really late to break up the pin. She's like 1, 2, here comes Natalya. 5 minutes late. Dana hits her with a clothesline. And then Mandy shoves Lana. Lana shoves Mandy. Mandy ducks under a roundhouse kick from Lana. Then hits a running knee to face. 1, 2, 3. They get the win. Whoop-de-damn-do. I gave this match 1.5 out of 5 stars. So now I guess Dana Brooke and Mandy are a tag team, so they'll possibly a contender for Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. So at least they have 3 teams. Well, yeah. 3 teams. I was right. Riot Squad, Mandy and Dana, and Natalya and Lana. That's 3 teams. We've only gone on 1 belt. That's it. Unless they team up Mickie James with somebody. But I don't think we're gonna see Mickie James in the near future. Except if you on the WWE Network and watch Main Event with her and Byron Thuxton. Yeah. So yeah, this match was terrible. 1.5 out of 5 stars. I should have gave it 1, but I'm gonna be generous and be 1.5. Just because of Mandy. That's all I gotta say about that. And that's basically all I gotta say about that. All right. Fana Oscar says, when I saw Dana next to Mandy, I was like, yeah. I was like, what the? I was like, wait a minute. Dana Brooke and Mandy Rose together as a tag team? Things that make you go, I mean, they have nobody else on Raw. That could face Mandy and face Natalya and Lana. You think Asuka's gonna come out for a second match and just bury freaking Natalya and Lana? They could have done that. I would have been happy with that, but you don't have Becky. Becky's on maternity leave. She's about to have that baby in a couple months. Charlotte's out till maybe the Survivor Series, or maybe to the Royal Rumble. So she's not coming back anytime soon. Nia and Shayna are quarantining right now because they have COVID. Sucks to be them. Because WWE runs a slop shop, as Taz said. You know, freaking Shayna Baszler has it. Nikki Cross, I think, I think they said she was injured, but I think she has it. And Nia Jax got the COVID. Sucks to be them. And that's that. So yeah, so they had to put somebody with Mandy. So why not call up Dana Brooke from Titus Catering? I mean, you couldn't call up Naomi. You couldn't call up Carmelo, who's gonna be coming back soon. That's that chick in the vignette on SmackDown. That's Carmelo. Not anybody else. Not maybe Chelsea Green, but I think it's Carmelo. I mean, isn't Chelsea Green supposedly on Monday Night Raw? Or is she still in between? That's a good song, by the way. The In Between by In This Moment. Go listen to it now. And buy their album, because I said so. Yeah, so they had to pick somebody from the Titus Catering group. So Dana Brooke was the only one that is actually wrestling right now. So I don't know what's going on with Naomi. I think she's tending to Jimmy Uso's knee, among other things. We haven't seen Naomi on SmackDown since that horrible fucking karaoke segment. Another one they should have called up was Tamina. Tamina's not doing anything. We haven't seen Tamina on SmackDown in a while. That's how much they care about the SmackDown Women's Division. They couldn't call Alexa Bliss. They had to pick Dana fucking Brooke, Jekyll Knight's fucking favorite person in the whole wide world. Big ups to Jekyll Knight, by the way. Don't know he's on YouTube anymore, but needs to come back. Kind of like WJ, but WJ is in its own world. So, alrighty. So yeah, they picked Dana Brooke, and it looks like they're going to be a tag team on Monday Night Raw, and possibly go for the tag team belts. But we'll see what happens with that. Not that I give two shits about the fucking women's tag team titles. So I think the Riot Squad are going to beat Shayna and Nia, and then Shayna and Nia are going to go at it in their little program after that. And then probably by next year, we're going to get Asuka and Shayna, finally. Or Asuka Becky again. Not that we need to see that, but because Becky never really lost the title, she just handed it to Asuka, who won the Money in the Bank. We knew that Asuka and Becky was going to happen again, because Asuka was going to cash in on Becky. But since Seth Rollins forgot to pull out at 2, knocked her up. He's like, okay, Asuka, you won the Money in the Bank, and your reward is getting the Raw Women's title. But you're going to lose it to Sasha, but get it back. Then you're going to have a terrible program with Mickie James, and then have a terrible program with Zelina Vega, until we find a suitable contender for you. I mean, really, if she defends the belt at Hell in a Cell, who's she going to face? Who is Asuka going to face? Is it going to be Zelina Vega for a third time? They're going to go with this program for like the next 2 months? Until either when Becky comes back at the Royal Rumble, or a maybe returning Ronda Rousey. I would personally love to see that, but they kind of teased it when Ronda appeared at the Royal Rumble 2 years ago. When she looked at Asuka, I was like, oh boy! I was getting excited. I would love to see Ronda and Asuka go at it in like a submissions match, even though Ronda would kick her ass. I think Asuka will hold her own against her, but still lose. But we may get it next year if Ronda decides to come back at the Royal Rumble. She is training for a comeback. So, I mean, I think she's got like 2 years left on her. Really, she signed a 3-year contract. Say it was in WWE for like a year and a half. Then it's gone. It left after she lost the title at WrestleMania 35. So she's been out for almost 2 years now. So really, she still has a 2-year contract left, if you think about it. But that's basically all I got to say about that. Yeah. So yeah, Mandy and Dana Brooke are a team, and we'll see what happens with them as we move on from there. That's that. Oh, I forgot to read this. Lana botched that suplex. She shouldn't be wrestling. Exactly. I think Lana did botch that. Like I said, she landed right on her fucking face. I mean, I looked at it, I was like, oh, there's something wrong with that. Vince was probably having a fit. Fucking Dana Brooke, man! They should really fire Dana Brooke. I mean, freaking, what is she there for? Just to be Titus Catering. I mean, they should really release her. Maybe let her go to Impact. I would hate to see her in AEW. I mean, really, I would fucking hate to see Dana Brooke in fucking AEW. I mean, she'll get destroyed by Akira Shida, Nyla Rose, and Britt Baker and company. And Thunder Rosa would fuck her up. And then what Thunder Rosa is now, basically the star of the division, next to Hikaru Shida right now. I can't wait for that rematch. That's what I think it's leaning to. Hikaru Shida, Thunder Rosa 2 at Full Gear, or at the 1-year anniversary show. I can't wait for that one. For both belts. And then Thunder Rosa wins the AEW women's title and, really makes the women's division, the level. Really makes women's wrestling put it on the map. I mean, AEW got a steal with her. But that's all I got to say about that. All right, let me finish this off and finish this thing off because I want to text the missus and maybe talk to her before I go to bed. All right. Then we get reminded of Aleister Black's attack on Kevin Owens from last week by attacking Owens' nutsack, not once, not twice, but 3 times. So Kevin couldn't bang his wife last week. Sad, sucks to be her. So Aleister cuts a promo in the dark, says Owens is a good man, right? Or he claims to be. He thought that good men don't let bad things happen, but there it is. He says Owens thrives in a system where he can manipulate the viewers. And it took one sentence for everyone to forget that Owens has a knack for betraying those who are closest to him. And he says Aleister says his own father was a cruel man. Wow, really putting your father under the bus. Speaking of which, has Owens spoken to his son about his betrayal? Wow, we're making it personal now, bringing up Owenstein, whatever his last name is. Owenstein. That kind of like as a first name right written all over it. Owenstein. Sounds like a Jewish name, but I digress. It says it doesn't matter how many people forget and forgive Owens for all he's done because he will not forget. And then he takes off his headband, and now he's wearing a black contact in his I think his left eye or his right eye, one of his eyes. So now he has a contact in his eye. That's okay. Anyway, forget that. So I gave that I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars, and we move on from there. Then we go backstage, where we see a poker game being played by the Legends. Damn dude. Obviously, Ric Flair's winning, and he wins the whole fucking game. Wins all the money. Because he's Ric fucking Flair. So HBK is like, okay, I'm done playing this game. And then come the Street Profits, and they're partying it up with the Legends. What you fucking doing that? So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. Just to have the Street Profits on Raw. And that's it. So with that, that's it. So I gave that 2 out of 5 stars. All right, then we get to match number 4. Kevin Owens and Aleister Black. Rematch from 2 weeks ago. Aleister has new music. Not his Code Orange theme song anymore. So they really got rid of that, which fucking sucks. So he comes out, it's like, Aleister Black. Comes out with his dark theme music. It sounds terrible. So, you can't have nice things in the world. I loved Aleister's music and the whole. Let me just get rid of that. And the theme sucks. And I thought Keith Lee's remix theme was bad. Holy crap. Can we get Jim Johnston back to do themes, please? Or the people that did it before, these fucking nerds doing the themes now. We need to have fucking good themes back in wrestling. I mean, all the good themes are in either NXT or in AEW. Cody has a great theme, by the way. The Bucks have a good theme. Kenny Omega has a pretty decent theme. Adam Page has an okay theme. The fucking Undisputed Era is probably the best theme in wrestling right now. Boom! So, yeah. I don't know if Retribution. I think Retribution does have a theme. I didn't listen to it, but it probably sucks. It's not the same. Not the same. When back in the day we had we had I Am a Real American. Like Rick Derringer. And all the themes from the Wrestling Album 1, and then Pile Driver. Wrestling Album 2. mean, like Jive Soul Bro and Demolition, probably one of the greatest tag team themes of all time, next to the Road Warriors theme. You know, when the Road Warriors came out to Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Oh, you don't remember that, do you? Fucking millennials. You know, great themes. Like, I mean, Gangrel's theme, another great theme. You know, DX's theme is great. The NWO theme is great. There's so many great themes, and then you get to the Attitude Era. You started with the rock rap thing with Limp Bizkit doing Undertaker's theme, and Saliva doing Batista's theme, Killswitch Engage doing CM Punk's theme, and all the stuff from like way back when. Nowadays, you don't even hear. I mean, the last really metal theme was besides Code Orange and the Fiend's theme, and which I thought was going to change the Slipknot, but Slipknot does NXT's theme now, though we don't hear it anymore. The WWE fucking hates metal, I guess. Though they used Metallica for WrestleMania 36 with AJ and The Undertaker. They used All Nightmare Long by Metallica. And then they used For Whom the Bell Tolls at one point for Undertaker's theme. When he came, I think it was WrestleMania 35, I think it was. 35, I think it was. When he came out it started with Whom the Bell Tolls, and then he came out with his regular theme. Ash Costello of New Year's Day did Rhea Ripley's theme. Big ups to Ash Costello, my sweetheart she is. I would love for in this moment to have a freaking fucking wrestler's theme song. I think Maria Brink and the guys would love to do that. I mean, there used to be my theme song back in the XWF. I mean, I had so many theme songs back in the XWF. I mean, I had Executioner's song by Soulfly. I had a couple of In This Moment songs. I had Iron Army by In This Moment. I had Iron Army. I had Sick Like Me. And I used to have Daddy's Fallen Angel, which is my fucking all-time fucking XWF theme song. I really wish I didn't have it changed it, but I changed it now to Fuck Everybody by Steel Panther. I mean, it fits my character perfectly. Because fuck everybody could suck my dick. Perfect fucking lyrics. Poetry. Not like Ted Nugent's Wang Dang Sweet Poom Tang. Come on. That's poetry right there. If you don't know who Ted Nugent is, I think you need to look it up. You in a stranglehold, baby. Then I crush your face. Yeah. Who says I don't know music? I'm a fucking former college DJ. College radio DJ. And I work in music, so. I'm 43 years old. I know a lot about music, my friends. You want to debate me? We can go all night long. All night long. But I got other things to do, so. That's all I got to say about that. So what was I talking about? Kevin Owens and Aleister Black. Match was all right. Kind of a corny finish, but it is what it is. It's also with Owens attacking at the bell. Sends Black to the outside. He follows, beats him down, rolls him back in the ring. Aleister comes back, stomps Owens on his way in, grabs the face and hits some hard elbows. Owens comes back. Aleister whips Owens into the corner and hits an uppercut. Then a snapmare cover for a 1 count. He backs Kevin in the corner. Owens with a chop in the corner. And then some right hands. And then sends Aleister hard into the other corner. And then Allison chokes Owens up on the ropes, driving a knee into his head. Owens with a 1920 roll up for a near fall. He starts beating up Aleister Black for a while. Hits a senton. Aleister goes to the outside. Owens gets on the apron. He dives up with another senton splash on the hard mat on the outside. That had to hurt. Then we go to break. Aleister clips the knee of Owens. Then he starts beating up Owens for a while. Gets a 1 count on an elbow drop. Owens gets up, hits a right hand. Aleister comes up with a kick and a knee. Owens grabs the leg, so Black pushes into it. Owens with another kick to the leg. Starts beating up Aleister Black for a while. Aleister comes out with a snapmare, then a kick to the chest for a near fall. And he tries to choke Owens out, as Owens was Aleister kicked him right in the throat. Ugh. So Kevin was like, I can't breathe. He was saying it too. You can see it on his face, like, I can't breathe. So it comes to a near fall. Tries for another kick. Owens moves out of the way and hits a super kick for a near fall. Goes to the apron, heads to the top. Aleister stops him with a right hand. Tries to go for a superplex. But Owens shoves him down, then goes for the Swanton bomb. But Aleister gets the knees up. Then hits a running knee strike for a near fall. Tries again, gets another near fall. Tries for a third time, gets a near fall. And then he starts arguing with the referee. And referee Drake Younger is like, I'm the referee. I'm going to disqualify you. So he starts beating Owens down on the bottom rope. Drake Younger starts admonishing him again. Aleister gets in his face again. So Drake Younger's like, you can't do that. If you don't listen to me, I'm going to disqualify you. So Owens goes back with a big right hand. Then they go back and forth. And then Aleister's beating him up. And then he accidentally hits Drake Younger right in the gut. And that causes a disqualification. Kind of corny finish. It is what it is. But match itself was okay. Gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. Kevin Owens wins by disqualification. Because Aleister hit Drake Younger in the gut. So Aleister's like, you're going to do me like that, Drake? So he starts yelling at him, saying, I never touched. He's like, it's like, you hit me in the gut. I never touched you. Bullshit. Then they're like, you're standing too close to trying to grab my dick. So it calls a DQ, and while the announcer was announcing the winner, with Kevin as the winner, Owens hits a stunner out of nowhere on Aleister Black, laying him out, and then he heads up the back. It heads to the back, and they start jaw jacking, and then Owens calls Aleister Black a bitch, and that's that. And we move on from there. All right, probably gonna go about 2 hours with this video. I got time, so it is what it is. All right. Let's get to some more chat. Fan of Oscar says the AEW women's division is awful. That's where I disagree, my friend. I think the AEW women's division is great. Hikaru Shida, Thunder Rosa. I mean, the top 2 girls in the fucking division. Britt Baker, DMD, baby. Who else you got? You got Brandy. Brandy's Brandy. Allie, who really is not in the division. Anna Jay, who's banging Stu Grayson. Oh yeah, if you haven't, anybody watch BTE today? Anybody watch? Please let me know. There's some tension between Anna Jay and Stu Grayson. I mean, she launched him into that fucking. I mean, she just went up to him, poof, and all you see is Stu Grayson go. You know they're fucking. You know. I think that they're banging. I mean, there's so much tension between those two. I mean, you know they have to be. I don't blame them. NXT's kind of cute, but so is a lot of the fucking women in that fucking division. And no, I'm not creeping on Abaddon. Abaddon freaking freaks me out. I haven't seen Abaddon in a while. Or as I call her, the fake ass Rosemary. My demon assassin, Valerie Sky, for all you people that don't know from the XWF. So, but I mean, you got Nyla Rose, you got a former WOW champion, former AEW champion. You got Big Swole. He doesn't do anything. You got Anna Jay. You got Taya Conti. You got Red Velvet. Got a couple other women there. Not really in the division, and mostly on Dark. But you got a pretty good women's division. It's not bad. I mean, if they go up against NXT, I think NXT will probably win. But I mean, you got Io, you got Rhea Ripley, Shotzi, Candice, Dakota Kai, Tegan Nox. It's that's basically all you have. So you put them up against like someone like Hikaru Shida, they'll probably get their ass handed to them. I'd love to see Hikaru Shida and Io go at it, or Io and Thunder Rosa. That would be great. But you know, I disagree with AEW's women's division. It doesn't get. I mean, basically right now it's Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa. That's it. All the other ones are just like off to the side, like Britt Baker and Brandy and Allie and Anna Jay and Taya Conti and Nyla Rose, we haven't seen in a while. You know, I still don't understand why she's with, excuse me, Vicky Guerrero. What do they call it? The Vicious Sisters. Anyway, we haven't seen Nyla Rose in a couple weeks. I think she's hurt. I think she hurt a knee or something like that. Sucks. Yeah, that's that. But you know, NXT's got a good women's division, even though it's basically Io, Candice LeRae, Shotzi, Dakota Kai, and Tegan Nox. Even though Tegan Nox is now gone for a year with her torn ACL. Ooh, that sucks. That's it. I mean, really. That's it. But you know, putting them against each other, I would have to give the edge to AEW. You know, NXT has a better roster, I would say a better roster of women. You know, you might give them the edge, but you know, I still think Hikaru Shida and Thunder Rosa will wipe them out. Well, that's just me. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, Alice Black's new theme is awful. Yes, it is. It's fucking horrible. Never should have changed it. The whole creak, the whole. I mean, he doesn't come out with his creaky sound effect thing anymore. It's horrible. And I agree. This is what I agree with you. Vince hates NXT. Yes, he does. It's like I mean, I'll say it to the fucking cows come home. Every person that has come off from NXT, minus a select few, like Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns. Everybody else who's come off from NXT has been buried. Buried. Vince hates NXT. But he wants to bring these guys up because they're so good in NXT. Let's see how they do on the main roster. Then he proceeds to bury them. Keith Lee, Matt Riddle, Aleister Black, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Bianca Belair, Lacey Evans, Nikki Cross, to an extent Alexa Bliss, Carmella, Dana Brooke. Well, we don't care about Dana Brooke, but they're probably gonna bury Mandy Rose, even though she had that thing with Otis and that's disintegrated. I can only imagine who's going to come up next to get buried. Probably the Velveteen Dream. Probably Adam Cole. You know that's going to happen. It's going to piss me off. You're going to bring up the entire Undisputed Era. Adam Cole will be the star. He'll be the breakout star, obviously. But he'll probably get buried, too. He'll be a star for a little bit, and mid-Carter for life. Just like Roddy will be. It's like Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly will be. They'll just be mainstays in the tag team division. Velveteen Dream will probably be thrust into the U.S. title picture or the Intercontinental title picture. But they get misused. The same thing will probably happen to Gargano and Ciampa. Maybe Damian Priest. They did the same thing with Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Nakamura, Enzo and Cass back in the day. The Revival. Heavy Machinery. Andrade, Angel Garza. I mean, everybody who's come up from NXT got fucking buried. And I agree, Vince fucking hates NXT. Then why did you create it? Well, actually, really, Triple H created it. Just to piss Vince off. And Triple H is probably, well, he doesn't have any hair left, but, you know, if he did have hair, he'd probably pull it all out for all the people that he created in NXT, and he sends them up to Vince. Vince fucking buries them. Paul's probably having a fucking fit. Same thing with Shawn Michaels. You know, because they're basically running NXT down there with William Regal and company. They're making stars, but when they go to the main roster, they fucking misused. That's why everybody should stay in NXT. Really. Just stay there for life. Just, you know, bring some people, you know, you make new stars. Like Cameron Grimes, you know, and Kushida, and Bronson Reed, Timothy Thatcher, and company, Imperium. Well, I would say Breezango, but they've been there for a while. Legado del Fantasma, Santos Escobar, Isaiah Swerve Scott. Bring in some more people from the developmental system. You make them stars. And, you fool around with, Adam Cole face Bronson Reed or something, something like that. Just don't send them to Vince because they'll fucking get killed. That's all I got to say about that. Anyway. All right. Kevin Owens wins by disqualification. Match gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. And we move on. All right. Then we go backstage. We see the Hurt Business, MVP, Shelton Benjamin, and Bobby Lashley walking in the hall. And then they come up to the locker room. Mustafa Ali comes out of the locker room. I don't know what the hell he was doing in there. Maybe talking to Cedric. He's like, and they're like, "What are you doing in the locker room?" He's like, "Oh, I meant to go. I didn't mean to go in here. I'm lost." Yeah. So MVP is like, "You didn't get lost. You're about to get your ass handed to you." And I was like, "Please do." So they're about to attack, but then Apollo and Ricochet come in, and then they basically say this isn't over between us, which leads to MVP offering a meeting in their office. And Lashley's like, "Your appointment has been booked." So we got a 6-man tag team match player coming up soon. Whoop-de-damn fucking you. And that's that. And so I get that 2.25 out of 5 stars, and that's it. All right, then we get to another boring match of the night. Match number 5 for the 24/7 title. R-Truth taking on Drew Gulak and Akira Tozawa. Match sucked. Started with Drew and Akira starting the match, double teaming R-Truth, and then they split up. Drew clotheslines both men and covers each man for 1 count. Then he hits a right hand to Drew, starts beating down Drew till Akira runs up and attacks him from behind. So it's beating up Truth for a little bit. Then Drew Gulak helps Akira with a suplex. Cover from Akira, stopped by Drew, who works on the left arm of Truth as Akira kicks the exposed shoulder. And Akira pulls back on the right arm as Drew pulls back on the left. Yeesh. Drew with a headbutt, and then Truth with a right hand to Akira Tozawa. Drew with a knee from Akira. So they go basically back and forth. And then I think it was R-Truth sends. We tried to send Akira into the ropes, and then Akira bumped into Jessica, the referee. Botchamania. Drew locks in the Gulak on R-Truth. Akira goes to the top rope. Truth rolls out of it. Akira hits a senton to Drew. Truth with a kick. He sends Akira into the mat face first. And hits John Cena's finisher, the AA, the Drew onto Akira Tozawa. Covers for the 1-2-3 to retain the 24/7 title. I didn't give two shits about this match, so I gave it 1.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. And that's it. That's all I gotta say about it. Fuck that shit. All right, then we see Charlie Caruso. I didn't think she was on Raw tonight, but I think I missed the segment, but it is what it is. So Charlie Caruso interviews Mandy and Dana. She asks them how they hook up. Not like that. Mandy says that Dana's always been there for her. She's an incredible athlete. Yeah. So she had no doubts. Dana says Mandy is such an inspiration. And they know the Riot Squad is next in line, but they're going to be watching. And whoever wins that match between them and Shayna and Nia, they are coming for those belts. And then I thought the segment was finished, but then they look to their left, and we see Dominic getting ready for his match. So that was that. So I gave that segment 2 out of 5 stars, and that was that. All right, then we get to match number 6, Dominic versus Murphy. I think predictable kind of finish, but Aaliyah was going to get involved. I'm going to paraphrase a little bit. I know this is getting to a 2-hour video, but it is what it is. They go back and forth for a while. Dominic hits the ropes with a baseball slide. Murphy moves. Dom lands on his feet. Sends Murphy to the announce table. Did not hit Byron Saxton. Damn. And then Murphy tosses Dominic over the table. Did not hit Byron Saxton. Damn it. Murphy gets back to the ring. Referee's at 6. Though there's going to be a count out. Murphy rolls out to do more damage. And starts beating him up. And they go back to the outside. Dominic pulls up the apron and he gets a candlestick. Referee gets the 8 as Murphy starts to get up in the ring. Hops on the apron. And then Aaliyah comes out, tells Don to put the stick down. And Dominic's like, get out of here! And then Murphy gets in the ring, rolls up Dominic with a 1920 schoolboy. 1, 2, 3. Murphy gets the win. And then proceeds to run to the back as that was that. So I gave the match 2.25 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, Dom is pissed, starts yelling at her that I'm doing this to protect the family, to protect their legacy. Then he stops. He says, Dad was right. You are naive. And then Aaliyah's like, what? Smacks Dominic right in the mush. Good for him. Good for you, Aaliyah. Smack your brother up for saying that to you. I'm only 19. I'm not naive. I love Murphy. He's got a big dick. Anyway, so the ever-growing Aaliyah Murphy crush angle and love angle continues on, and the ever-growing Seth Rollins Mysterio's feud continues on for another week, and that's all I gotta say about that. And we will move on from there. That's that. All right, we go backstage. We see Dolph Ziggler, and he says he has a challenger for Drew. And then Adam Pearce comes in. It's like, you can't face Drew. You already faced him already. And Dolph's like, I'm not talking about myself, but I got somebody in mind. So Pearce's like, you got somebody? Let's go talk. So I don't know why Adam Pearce would get involved in this whole thing. Well, I guess Vince put him up to it. That's all I got to say about that. So we'll see who Dolph has in line for him. And that's that. And we move on from there. All right, then we go to the ring with the Hurt Business. MVP's in the ring with his homies. He says this is an official announcement from the Hurt Business, so we ought to listen in. MVP defines insanity and says that something is wrong with Apollo. They have sent Cedric to Hurt Business boot camp so that he doesn't make any more dumb mistakes. I guess like he did at well, he was. I don't think he was there at the Clash, but anyway, I guess because maybe of last week's loss. MVP remembers all Apollo was talking at Payback, but he keeps running his head into the wall over and over and over again. And then Mustafa Ali, Ricochet, and Apollo come out after the match. Before it starts, Ali sends Shelton off the apron. Ricochet flies in with a drop kick. Her Business goes on an attack, and then the lights flicker, and then we see the Retribution logo. So Shelton, MVP, and Lashley all get in the ring looking to see if Retribution comes out, but obviously they're not coming out because I think a couple of members of them got COVID, so they're gonna be out for a couple weeks. Yeah, that's WWE Slop Shop. It's fantastic. We come back in, and that was that. We didn't see what happened. Nothing happened with Retribution because they weren't there. So we get to the match number 7. It wasn't anything to write home about. Getting to the end, and Ricochet's on the apron, runs and cannonballs himself onto Shelton on the outside. In the ring, Ali rolls MVP up, gets shoved. Ali flies off with a DDT, sending MVP down to the mat. Goes to the top rope, hits the 450 splash, 1, 2, 3. These fucking bums pick up the win. Match I gave 2 out of 5 stars. And that's all I got to say about that. And that's it. And that's all I got to say about that. All right, then we head backstage with the poker game. Ric Flair's winning, of course. And Flair says he's got a royal flush. But basically he doesn't. And then he gets up like, woo! It's your boy, Stalin! Ho, Fallon! Woo! That's that. Let me end up with that. Then we see a video of Bianca Belair competing in a first ever 4-person elimination 100-yard dash. She beats everybody, obviously. Then we see a Retribution video package complete with all the glitches and stuff. And then we see Drew McIntyre come out for his open challenge match. So he's waiting to see who Dolph Ziggler has to come out with him. So Dolph's music hits. Drew's like, crap, I gotta face Dolph. But that's not who Drew's facing. So he's like, oh, I got somebody. Goes like this. There's the old NWO pose. And the lights go out, and we hear the music of Glorious! No, I won't give in! I won't give in! Bobby! Oh, excuse me. Bobby, woo! Comes back. Yes! So they let him out from Canada. So Bobby Roode takes on Drew McIntyre in a pretty decent match. I went back and forth. Excuse me. They went at it. Roode almost won the title a couple of times. Ziggler didn't really do much. We get into the ropes. Drew got him in a figure 4. Well, actually, Roode got him in a figure 4. Drew fights through the pain, spins the move, rolling Roode over to reverse the pressure. Bobby Roode gets to the ropes. Drew releases the hold, and then hits the Glasgow Kiss headbutt. Sends Bobby Roode into the ropes. Hits a belly-to-belly suplex, and then another one. He kips up and then falls down. I don't think he botched or anything. He just, get from the beatdown. And then Bobby Roode hits a spine buster for a near fall. Then Roode kicks out of the corner. Drew underhooks. I think looking for the Future Shock DDT. Rude releases, goes for a pin. Drew rolls over. Hits the Future Shock DDT this time for a near fall. Ziggy gets on the apron, and Drew hits him with a big boot. And then from behind, Bobby Roode hits the glorious DDT, looks to win the title, but gets a very near fall out of that. So Bobby Roode's pissed, yells for Drew to get up, grabs Drew, tries to go for another glorious DDT. Drew shows him, and they go for a tilt-a-whirl into a lockup. Drew hits the ropes and hits the Claymore kick, 1, 2, 3 to retain the title. So, not a bad match. Great to see Bobby Roode back. I don't know what they're going to do with him. Probably put him in mid-card hell again. Or back to probably put him in Titus Catering with Dana Brooke. I don't know. So, the match was pretty decent. I gave it 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that was that. And I thought that was going to be the end of Raw. But then we go backstage. We see a janitor that MVP threw a water bottle at early in the night. So, I was pushing his cart. I thought it was the guy from last week. I think it was last week or the week before that they made fun of. He stops, grabs a chair. I thought he was gonna just put the chair by the door and lock it, and kind of wedge it there, and then so the Legends wouldn't get out because he walks over to the Legends Lounge, and he looks around, see if anybody's there, and then he moves the hood, and it's Randy Orton and his Mountainous Voice. And he has night vision goggles, or I don't know, like 3D goggles. I don't know what they look. They look like 3D goggles. So basically, trying to do his best Splinter Cell impersonation or best Solid Snake impersonation. Who knows? Orton goes in the room, and then the Legends look on. They're like, "Oh shit! We see Randy Orton." So Randy shuts the lights off, and then we hear like a bunch of stuff going on. Right? I guess Randy was beating the crap out of everybody, hitting them with chairs. And I mean, it didn't sound that good. It just sounded like whack, 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 whack. And it sounded like a video game almost. Then we see the poker chips fall to the ground. Orton turns the lights back on. We see HBK laid out. Big Show's kind of like out in the corner. Christian and Flair are out of it. And then Randy leaves, puts back on the hood, and just starts rolling back to the back and leaving the area. So referees and agents come running. Though one of them asked he didn't look. He asked the janitor what happened, and then the janitor's like points to the Legends Lounge, and then we see the referees go inside and saying, "Get a medic!" So that was good. I like the ending to that, where he shows Orton is, just fucking monster heel. He just looked like a weirdo, but that's all I got to say about that. And that ends Monday Night Raw. So I gave the final segment 3 out of 5 stars. And Raw was okay. It wasn't great. But this sets up, the next couple weeks to come. Drew will probably want to get revenge for what Orton did to the Legends. And then he probably's like, "You want another match? You got another match." But Randy's like, "I'm going to take you to hell." And then Randy's like, "We're going to do this one more time, but this time in hell, in a cell." And that's that. That's going to be your, I wouldn't, well, it's not going to be the main event. It's going to be one of the main events for Hell in a Cell, because we all know them. I think the main event's going to be Sasha and Bayley, personally. Because I don't think Roman's going to be on the card. They were saying Roman's not going to be at Hell in a Cell, so I think Roman's going to take the pay-per-view off. So the main event will be Sasha and Bayley inside Hell in a Cell. I still don't know how they're going to fucking construct the fucking cage in the Thunderdome. I think they have to go to another arena. Or somehow maybe go back to the Performance Center and somehow construct that in the Performance Center. That's what I think, because they can't do it. I don't think they can do it in the Amway Center. They have to deconstruct the whole fucking dome. They can't construct it from scratch. That'll take too long. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I guess we'll see what happens in 3 weeks. 3 weeks time, on October the 25th at Hell in a Cell, and we'll see what happens with that, because we got NXT Takeover 31 this Sunday. That should be a pretty good show. Got a good card. Finn Balor and Kyle O'Reilly for the NXT title. Io versus Candice for the NXT Women's title. Damian Priest versus Johnny Gargano for the NXT North American title. That's three matches on the card, I think. They'll probably add a couple more matches. Maybe like a number one contenders match or something like that. Or they could add the tag team title match, which is going to be between Breezango and either the Undisputed Era or Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan. I think it's going to be the Undisputed Era. But I think they're going to lose at TakeOver, which sucks. So it's going to be Roddy and Bobby Fish going at it, since Kyle O'Reilly's in the title match. And I think Adam Cole will be maybe at ringside for that match, because basically he's not doing anything, which sucks. But then again, they could maybe have Adam Cole cost Kyle the match, and then Kyle gets pissed at Adam, and then they could possibly do the eventual Adam Cole breaks away from gets kicked out of the Undisputed Era, or he breaks away from the Undisputed Era and then starts feuding with them. I hope they don't do that yet, but really, there's nothing for Adam Cole to do right now. He could chase Finn Balor, but really got nothing for him to do right now. So I think, like I said, I think he's going to come out with Kyle and probably cost Kyle the match. Kyle's going to get pissed, and then they'll probably go at it. Then we get a Final Battle type, rematch from Final Battle 2015, I think, when Adam Cole lost the belt to Kyle, which pissed me off because I was there. It was a good match, but it sucks that Kyle won. I knew Kyle was going to win, but I was hoping Adam would win. But it is what it is. That's all I got to say about that. So that's it for my Monday Night Raw review. I gave Raw 6 out of 10 stars. It was an okay show, nothing great. The Randy Orton stuff was great, of course, because I like Randy Orton. Just put some more over as a monster heel. I think Drew will try to get a revenge next week on Randy, and they'll hopefully announce the Hell in a Cell match for the WWE title. I hope Randy wins, because they have to do it. He's already lost 2 times already. Third time's maybe the charm, third or fourth time the charm. Who knows? That's that, and that's pretty much it. And we'll see what happens with Asuka next week. What happens with her? We're not gonna get. I don't think we're gonna get Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax next week, unless they miraculously recover. But maybe we'll get Retribution next week. I don't know about that either. But I think mainly next week is going to be Drew McIntyre trying to get revenge on what Orton did to the Legends. And that's all I got to say about that. So that's basically what Monday Night Raw is going to be next week. And then the week after that is the second night of the draft. So we'll see. That should be an interesting show. And that's that. So the next 2 weeks should be pretty interesting. And that's all I got to say about that as we lead into Hell in a Cell. And that's that. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching this long video. I'm going to edit it up and then go to bed, because I gotta get up for work tomorrow. I'm gonna make the money you wish you had. Gonna have a nice long day of work. Hopefully it's easy. It's gonna rain here tomorrow, so probably won't get a lot of customers in tomorrow, but you never know. Probably coming in to get freaking umbrellas. We got a lot of umbrellas on, not on sale, but a lot of people gonna be buying umbrellas, so gotta do that. Plus my other duties I gotta do tomorrow, and then I'm supposedly off Wednesday, but it's open right now, so I don't know. It's a question mark. I might have to go in. I might not. I mean, the missus comes back on Wednesday, so if I do get off, at least I get to see Rosa for the whole day. I get to wait. I gotta wait for it when she comes home. Gotta help her in with the suitcase and everything, and then we'll have a late lunch, and then I'll have dinner. Watch some AEW, and then that's it. So my AEW review probably won't be in this room. It'll probably be in the TV room. I'm gonna be moving. Moving a lot of shit around over the next couple weeks. Where I used to be with the desktop, I'm gonna be moving that back to where it used to be, back in the TV room. That's gonna take me a couple of days to do. So I'll put that back, and then I'm actually getting the desktop fixed. I'm gonna put the Ethernet cable in and maybe get it looked at. Gonna get it looked at, and maybe maybe a week or two I might be back on the desktop, see how it runs. So we get more desktop videos and probably just very crappy quality, but it is what it is. So because it's Windows 10, I'm working on Windows 8 right now. And it's much better. I mean, the quality still kind of sucks, but it is what it is. And yeah, so next, I think for the next couple of videos, I'll be in the other room with my laptop. I'm gonna put it on the table, and I'm gonna try to snake the my charger around so I can charge it, so I don't lose. So I don't have to do the video over until I get a charge out of my battery. So yeah. So Wednesday night I'll be back with my AEW review for the show. Should be a good show. Then NXT review will come Friday because I'm off Friday. So we probably get that probably in the early afternoon. I was gonna wanted to go out to lunch with my girlfriend, with Rosa. So I'm gonna try to get that video up before I go out. I know it's supposed to rain here in the Northeast, so I may or may not go out to lunch. Well, I might go. We're supposed to go to IHOP, but yeah, because we go to IHOP now. Get some pancakes for lunch. Yeah, pancakes and eggs for lunch. Get that. So I might do the NXT review sometime before I go out. If I do go out, or just if not, I'll just have the video up sometime in the afternoon on the Peter Gilmer YouTube wrestling channel. And then Friday night SmackDown will come after SmackDown goes off the air. Probably I might do it after SmackDown. I'll get it up early because I want to spend some time with the missus, of course. And then Saturday, I may or may not. Saturday's an open day. I may or may not work. If I do work, I'll do TGC 180 with my NXT Takeover 31 predictions, and I should have off Sunday, hopefully. I'm gonna. The thing is about Sunday, the Niners play at night on Sunday Night Football, so I'm gonna be watching the game. So I might watch the game and have the computer in the TV room, so I'll be like kind of watching the game and then watching Takeover at the same time. But I will be doing my Takeover review Sunday night, probably after the Niners game. Hopefully they win against the Eagles. We'll piss off EDP, my good buddy EDP, eat that pussy 445. Piss him off even more. Hopefully the Niners go to 3-1. We'll see. We'll see. Eagles kind of shaky right now, but They're 2-1 right now on the season. Still, with a crappy NFC East. And it is what it is. That's what it is. That's all I got to say about that. So that's it. That's your week of videos coming your way. And probably, I would say, I would think maybe next week I'll probably be back in my old space in the TV room with probably hopefully back on the desktop. Or I might put the laptop on the side and work with that and work something out with that, with the desktop that I have on the desk. With desktop be over here, the laptop would be over here. So I may go back and forth between the desktop and the laptop, but we shall see what happens when we get there. And like I said, I'm gonna get the desktop fixed, put the Ethernet cable in, maybe hopefully try to get Wi-Fi back, so I don't have to worry about the Ethernet cable, but I'll keep it in there anyway. See what happened to the fucking computer. Because I can't get on Wi-Fi for some odd reason. I still don't know why. Maybe I got a virus or something like that. I hope not, but it is what it is. So, like I said, I'll probably be back on the desktop in about a week or two, as we move everything around back to where it used to be. And like I said, with work, my schedule will be all discombobulated. But we'll see what happens with that. And that's it. So stay tuned. If I let you know what happens, if anything changes with the video schedule, I'll let you know. And that's all I got to say about that. So thank you all for watching. 6 out of 10 stars for Monday Night Raw. And that's pretty much all I got to say about that. So thank you to fan of Oscar for coming in the chat. Thank you to my good buddy Hangman Charlie for coming in the chat for a little bit. And Julius the Jew, thank you all for coming in the chat. And anybody else who watched the video, thank you for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button to death. Hit that subscribe button down below. Let's try to get to 1,200 subscribers on this channel. Hopefully by the end of the year, but we'll see what happens right now. Kind of going back and forth between 1175, 1181, 1182. So we lose some, we gain some, we lose some, we gain some. It's kind of been that way for the last few months. But hopefully we've been on the upswing to 1,200 subscribers. And on my other channels, hopefully we get to like 500, or on my Metal God channel, hopefully get to 700. But we'll see what happens. And on my TGC Reborn channel, hopefully get to 300 subscribers. So get the word out. Share the videos. Share this video with your friends. Share my channels with your friends as well. Get them to subscribe and have their friends subscribe and have their friends subscribe. Get everybody to subscribe to my channels. And that's all I got to say about that. So please get the word out. Please subscribe to the channels. Please like the videos. And share it with your friends all over the internet. And don't forget, if you're on social media, hit me up on Facebook. Just type in Peter Gilmore. You'll find me somewhere on Facebook. Maybe I'll friend you. Maybe I won't. If you're on Twitter, click the link down below on my Twitter link. And follow me on Twitter. Usually on there doing if I'm home, doing AEW or Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. That's NXT. I'm usually sometimes I'm at work when AEW and NXT are on the air, so I can't tweet. So obviously, and sometimes I miss SmackDown because I'm at work too. But this Friday night, I will be on Twitter, tweeting during the night, and then I will do my review. Probably around 10:30, 11 o'clock. So I want to spend a little bit of time with the missus and then do my video and then go to bed and then worry about the weekend. Should be a good weekend. The unofficial, with the beginning weekend of October, already hitting October already. Pretty soon we're going to be hitting Columbus Day in a couple weeks. 2 weeks from tonight, or now it's almost tomorrow. Just under 2 weeks away from Columbus Day. And then at the end of the month, we got Halloween. It's going to be socially distanced, which sucks. We're not going to have New Year's Eve here in the Northeast, which sucks. It's going to be virtually online. So, we'll probably we're not going to have New Year's Rockin' Eve. It's just going to be like some just in a studio with my performances and stuff, and then they're gonna cut to maybe the top of where the ball drops in New York City, Mayor de Blasio or whoever is gonna hit that little button, and I'm gonna see the ball drop. We count down to 2021, and then we got to 2021. Hopefully, it'll be a better year than this year, but we never know. And that's it. And we got Thanksgiving coming up as well. We got the election coming up. We got the debate tomorrow night. Should be pretty interesting. I think, like I said, I think Trump's going to murder Biden. Sleepy Joe. Going to beat him up. Going to destroy him. And then we'll see what happens with the next debate and the next debate after that. And then maybe the vice presidential debate in between there. And then we get to election day. Hopefully you all vote for Trump. That's up to you. I hope, hopefully Trump wins and we don't have to deal with Sleepy Joe. Because if we deal with Sleepy Joe and Kamala Harris, the country's going to fall into a deeper depression than it already is right now. And that's that. So vote for Trump, please. I beg of you, vote for Trump. That's that, for another 4 years. Then you worry about what's going to happen after that. Who's going to run that in 2024. Hopefully when 2024 hits, we don't get another fucking virus. But I know we will. Next year's the mayoral election. We're gonna finally get rid of de Blasio, even the Northeast in New York City. So all you New Yorkers will finally get rid of that bum de Blasio. And then the year after that, I think, is the governor. So maybe get rid of Cuomo. Hopefully, Mr. Murphy here in Jersey stays on. I think he will. He's a pretty good guy, doing some good things, which would, open up the arenas so fans can go back to the arena, like the Prudential Center and MetLife Stadium, so all the fans can go see the Jets and Giants lose, and see the Devils lose, of course, too. That's that. Maybe you get the new Islanders Stadium opening next year. Maybe fans will go there, see the Islanders, and go see some wrestling. Madison Square Garden hopefully will open maybe next year. The Barclays Center hopefully opens next year. Maybe get some indie shows open coming up next year. Maybe some Ring of Honor, New Japan shows at either MSG or at the Hammerstein Ballroom. I'd love to save up my money and go to some indie shows next year. Hopefully. But I know it's going to be socially distanced, so I probably won't be sitting next to anybody, but, maybe it's like, I'll be here and another guy's like five seats down there. Like, hey, how's it going? But I'll still be with my people in New York City. And that's that. Like I said, go to some indie shows, go to WW. Maybe Evolve if it comes to where I go in Brooklyn at St. Finbar's in Bensonhurst. Hopefully, maybe we'll see the Evolve show. Maybe we'll see another, maybe a different indie promotion if it comes there, or comes anywhere I can go to, that I can travel to, and I can get there and back. When I have to, I still have to take a fucking train to another train to the bus to get back home. Well, bus to I have to take a bus late at night, but I still get home pretty on time when I go down to Brooklyn to see the WOW shows. They end at 11. I leave right away, and then by the time I'm home, it's like 1 o'clock, 1:30. It is what it is. That's that. All right, everybody, thank you for watching this long, almost 2.5 hour video. I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to edit this up and go to bed. So thank you all for watching. Once again, if you don't know by now, 6 out of 10 stars for Monday Night Raw. And we'll see what happens next Monday night on Monday Night Raw. And that's all I got to say about that. So that's it for now. I'll be back on Wednesday night with my AEW review on the Peter Gilman YouTube wrestling channel. So be on the lookout for that. Don't forget to hit that bell on all my channels so you never miss an upload, so you know when I go live or when I do my regular videos on my phone. And that's all I got to say about that. So Thank you all for watching. I'm Peter Gomez saying good night, and I'm out. Peace, bitches.